Are we live yet?
I think we are live. All right,
Oh, I
so
see the live. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's live. Live is up there. There.
all right, welcome guys. Welcome to episode 6 of Tech Chat Show. I must apologize for Kevin. He had some, other engagements, so he couldn't make it today. So I'll be doing the hosting for today. So today's show we have for the first time, Christine. Everybody welcome
Yay,
Christine.
Christy.
Everybody should know Christine from the group, one of our major members. Then we have Earl joining us again,
Good to be here.
and and then we also have Kavir, Kavir, Mikhail. All right,
Yes, I'm back.
all right, all right. So I just wanted to get a few things out in the open. Um, we've been trying to get the live chat up and running, but we haven't been able to do that successfully. So I just found out that since November last year, 19th of November, Google is no longer supporting the live chat. I'm not sure how that is because I've actually seen a few podcasts that still have it. So I'm wondering if it's something that's inherited from them, and the new channels don't yet.
Dale.
Hey,
I actually seen it,
oh, you seen it?
I'm seeing
It's
it
there
on
now
YouTube right now. Yeah. Yeah.
with
The
us.
one link is there.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. All right.
Where?
Let's
Well,
go to
let's
the
check it out
link on Facebook.
on the Facebook.
Yeah, go
All
to
right,
the,
good
the
catch.
link
Oh,
you posted.
Uh, let's check it and see. All right, make sure that I actually mute the stream though, so it doesn't feedback into your ear.
Yeah. So something having the speaker connected.
this.
All right. All right.
You mean
So
the YouTube link, right?
It's very delayed though.
it is okay. All right. Well, let's move on from there. Let's assume that everybody else can actually jump in there and chat with us. All right. So
Oh,
uh,
You
so this
see?
week we'll actually be talking about the Witcher 3, which was released this month.
three.
All right, and what to expect from Google I/O and WWDC. But first, just wanted to, introduce Christine's new toys, which is her smart device. And we say had again a dashboard cam.
Oh yeah, the Sony guys, the dashboard cam that I bought. Uh, I don't know the name of it as yet.
All right.
Or,
Where's it from? Like a Chinese brand or something?
it doesn't have any name on it. So, I don't know.
But
But yeah,
why a
basically,
dashboard cam in Jamaica though?
oh well, for insurance purposes, if you crash or anything, hopefully this can kind of help us if we are in any trouble. Use as evidence.
Oh,
Basically, that's it.
and the watch device. What you got?
Oh right, the Motor Act V.
All right.
Basically,
Is it on
it
Android?
supposedly was it's supposedly just a regular watch for fitness, but it's rooted now and running an Android RAM on it. I haven't installed any apps as yet, any browser or anything at all, so I can't tell you how the apps run. But the launcher runs fine. Does not force close on me as yet. So, but definitely we'll try to let you guys know more about it as I use it.
Oh, all right, cool.
Oh, so how are you using it?
How you
Just
plan to use
for
it?
fitness or?
I haven't used. No, not for fitness. That's why I rooted it, so I could use it for. Basically, it has Bluetooth as well, so I could install an app so that I can install or download music directly to it. So I don't need to use a computer. I could just go to the app, download music directly to this device, and then use a Bluetooth headset to listen to
Does it
music.
does
So
it
it
have
kind
a
of
headphone jack or something, or Bluetooth, or a Bluetooth headset?
yes, it has a yeah, it has a Bluetooth wireless headset jack as well.
No. Kind of
Hmm.
reminds.
What's that thing on the bottom of it?
Where
Like a little circular thing inside.
oh, just the logo, the
Ins-
Motorola logo,
Oh, it doesn't have the
Motorola logo
sensors
inside.
Oh,
Sensors for
for like
I thought
heart
it was a
rate and stuff like
sensor.
that.
yeah, I'm sure because it can be taken out. It can be taken out from the band. So
Oh, it's probably
it
like
has a
like
sensor.
came with a little pedometer thing.
I don't know how it. Honestly, I just got it today. I really don't know how it works.
Oh, so I have to give it some time to
I guess
figure out.
because I guess the hole is there. I guess the hole is there for it to use the pulse on my wrist. I guess I don't know.
It's a coincidence because I just
I
got
ha-
mine too. Just got my Moto 360.
today,
Yeah.
today.
So yeah, exactly
Okay.
this morning. I was having a hard time
Hmm.
getting set up to my little iPhone. I had to do some crazy stuff with like a Android tablet to get it to work. But it works
Yeah.
good so far.
I think if there's any smart watch device I would buy, it would definitely be the Moto 360. But not until it actually starts to support like iOS or so.
Apple.
iOS.
Yeah. That's the only way right now. I mean, it's I love the round face. I'm not a big fan of the little flat part, the sensor at the bottom of it. Right.
They
I
call it
think they should have kept it
the flat tire.
yeah, the flat
They
tire.
call it the flat
You know.
tire. Yeah.
But
That means
aside
you
from that,
love the
I love
LG
it.
Watch then. The LG Watch R. You love
No,
that one.
no, those are hideous. I saw one on a podcast and it was huge. It looked very clunky. The face of it looks fine enough, looks beautiful, but
But
the
the Z
overall
height is too big.
size, yeah, I think it's something like 55 millimeter. You know. Oh yeah. Right now, I think I'll just stick with the
One moment,
jawbone
guys.
up. You know. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's start first with Mikhail. I know Mikhail got a brand new game playing this week, The Witcher 3,
Yes.
Wild Hunt.
Yes. Yes, I did. The Wild Hunt. Supposed to come out from February, and it got pushed back, delayed, but for the better, because it's a very immersive game. Because I play a lot of open world games. You can't call that sandbox game, you have to call it open world game. GTA, I used to think that GTA 5, I used to think that that map was huge. It has nothing at all on The Witcher 3. Nothing. I mean, you could have probably dropped like 5 of the GTA 5 maps on it and still not covered everything. It's a ridiculously large map. It's immersive.
What is
There's
it?
so many.
Is it padding or is it like actually
Oh,
useful to have all that space?
no, there's no padding at all. Everywhere you go, there's something to do. You know, just random things happening all the time. Even when you're not there, things are happening.
Yeah, you got perfect reviews and very high scores from a lot of review outlets. So it's
I mean,
legit.
the only thing people seem to be up in arms about is the downgrading. But I was thinking like,
No, that's for the console
no,
people. What
yeah.
about
I mean,
how does Hairworks run on your 280X?
well, you have to kind of do some trickery to get it to run. You have to disable like anti-aliasing, and you have to go in the AMD console and turn on Tessellation and turn it up and all sorts of stuff. I've tried it with Hairworks on, and honestly, it never really did anything for me. So I leave it off to get more, to get more frames. But I mean, my 280X runs it pretty okay. I mean, high 40s into 50s FPS. So
Or you max
we're
out
not
or you're
we're
doing
not-
high presets?
everything everything is on ultra
Oh,
except except
MSA, I would
the
imagine.
nothing. Let me say there's this one setting with foliage distance, which is
The view
that
distance.
is down on like medium or high. One of them. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It
Is it
takes a
like,
lot of
the
resources.
is
VRAM.
this thing like Skyrim?
Pretty
You
much.
know, I've played
Okay.
Skyrim. Skyrim is more
It's a,
sandboxing. But Skyrim is a
I
lot
can
of
see
open
that.
space with nothing much to do unless it's like directly quest related. This has more stuff to do. It's more
Okay.
there are more things to do.
Okay.
I can see that.
But great story. The story is excellent so far, and I mean so far I've logged 66 hours and I've barely put a dent in it.
Already?
66
Yes,
hours.
66 hours and I've barely put a dent in it.
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm a casual gamer, right?
Yeah.
I'm not into it like you guys, where you have your own PC for it and your PC master race. So I got to rely more on the whole console gaming of it. So even though the whole skipping through hoops to get certain things to work, I don't have no time for that, right?
Ah,
The,
it's it's a non-issue on the consoles. That's just what it
yeah,
is.
I mean, I'm definitely going to the console. But you see, then if I listen to you guys, I feel like as though I'm being deprived. Like
Yeah,
I don't get the
Yeah,
full
you kind of
immersive
are.
experience.
I mean,
because
the story is
the
gonna always be there, but the graphics, you're gonna miss out on that.
Mm.
graphics and mods. Because
Oh,
I
is
was
there mods in the making already?
what there have been mods from day one. Like they started with like simple mods like removing weight limits because I mean it's an RPG. You're going to be picking up things everywhere. You're not going to want to like do I throw away this valuable item to take up this valuable item? So I mean I have mods like that. You know, nothing game breaking, but I don't really thinking about item management when I'm playing. And oh, the other mod I have is because the vendors on the vanilla game, they have like no money whatsoever. So if you go there with 20 things to sell, and the 20 things come to like $1,000, and the vendor only has $200 to spend, you know, you're kind of like, all right, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I put a mod on it to increase the merchants' money and to make them pay more for stuff. It's nothing game breaking, and I mean, so I mean, you know, there are tons of other mods there. You know, visual mods,
Well,
mods
all
to
right.
make things harder.
I actually read somewhere where as you mentioned that the whole economy I hear is very dynamic, where things like fish would actually be cheaper in a village that's closer to the sea or a river, and like metals and other things would actually be cheaper closer to towns with
Yeah.
mines and so on. So I think that was very very well thought out.
One thing I noticed though, I picked up this ridiculous thing. Like I think it was like a oar, like a wooden or a ladder or something.
Mm.
I went in a town, and they were giving me like $20 for it. I went in a small village, and they were paying me $100 for it.
Mm.
So I'm like, I need to remember this village. Yeah,
Is it
so
just in-game
it's very
currency?
dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah, just in-game currency.
Okay.
No. Oh, you have to kind of pay 50 US to get thousands of in-game currency. No pay to win. No
Okay.
pay to win.
okay.
And the expansions that they're releasing are actually expansions. It's not like, oh, here's some paid DLC.
Yeah.
You know,
So I heard they
you
have
know.
actually 16 free DLC to owners coming up. But
Yes.
so far they only announced like
Big
4.
As in DLC, as in like character skins and stuff like that, or like big
Skins, I think
story.
quests.
Yeah.
Get that.
So far they've released quests. They've released an alternate look for one of the characters. Hair and beard styles. You can go to the barber in
Oh,
there,
speaking
and
about the beard, sorry to interrupt you, but you know that the beard
mhm.
actually grows the longer you play it, right?
Yeah. Yes, I have not
All
trimmed the
right.
beard for that exact purpose.
That's cool.
It is
Beard
cool. It's a really
stimulation,
good
guys.
game.
All right. Now I feel like I'm
I'm just
missing
not.
out.
I don't have time for those kind of games.
Yeah,
You'd
Watch
be
a game
time
surprised
to
how
right.
get
much time
into
you
it.
find. You'd be surprised how much time you find if you're really interested.
I
Yeah,
think
I know,
if I
but
get
I'm
sucked
just
in,
not interested in RPGs really.
really,
Yes.
what genre you actually prefer?
Like first person shooter,
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Well, they're just as bad as
Ah.
RPGs. I've seen people get addicted
Uh-uh.
to Counter Strike.
Yeah, I'm not addicted though.
Yes.
I could stop.
Mm.
Right now, I think I have like 400 plus hours in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah, and then my brother has like 2,000 hours in Counter Strike Go. So yeah, it's it's addicting.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be playing any more games for the rest. I'm not buying any more games for the rest of the year. I think,
Oh, what about
with
Batman
the
Arkham Knight
exception.
and Halo 5 and all that stuff?
Well, I don't have an Xbox, so
Okay.
it's just But I think the only other
Or
thing
the
that
new
is
Call of Duty that's coming out, Black Ops 3.
wait. Oh yes, I forgot about that one. But Call of Duty is just Call of Duty. It's just like the yearly thing. To me, there's nothing new.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
There's
even
nothing
same
kind.
much
old
new
thing.
here.
Same old.
Same old, but it's good every year. Except Ghosts, of course.
I didn't play Ghost. The last Call of Duty I played was I played Advanced Warfare just because I didn't have anything to do, and I was like, okay.
But my TV is out for right now, so I can't play the game right now.
Oh,
Oh,
so like a price smart visit
What
in the making.
happened? What happened? I couldn't hear what I go, but it was frozen.
Oh,
What did you say?
no, we're asking if there's a price smart visit in the future.
Ha! Oh, he wants to?
Oh,
But I'm trying to encourage him to fix it instead. It's cheaper that way.
well, that depends
really?
on what's wrong with it.
Huh?
That depends.
It's just the display, no display. It has sound but no display.
Oh, well, I actually know somebody who's very good. He had taken a look at a TV at the house as well. So I'll give you the number for that guy.
Cool.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's move on to the next topic, which is Google I/O, which I believe starts tomorrow. Is that right?
Yep,
Tomorrow.
15 hours.
Yeah.
In 15 hours it starts. I'm on the site actually looking at it.
Oh, you guys
I'm
follow
very
it? Really?
excited.
Well, all
You
right.
guys follow this thing?
Every year it happens. I tend to just listen for the highlights from The Verge on what happens, but to follow it live, I think it's way too much. It's not like
too
an Apple
developer
event where,
focused.
yeah, it's developer focused,
Apple
but
events are usually product focused.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's because they pretty much bring all the highlight in just 1 hour and that's it. But Google spends days really getting the developers up to speed on a new.
And the developers pay for that thing heavily.
Yeah,
I think it's expensive.
yeah. But what do you guys expect coming out of it though?
I
Or
really don't know
what do you-
much about it, so
Yes, it's a tough one. New Nexus devices, which is probably the easiest
Yes.
one to guess. Maybe a new
Android
Nexus
M.
phone. Android, that's I don't know what to say about Android.
I have
It's
something to
been
say.
in.
I have something.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so here's all right. I think Android M is going to actually come up with a few new things, and one of them is the whole fingerprint reading within the contactless payment
Are
system.
they gonna do like a standardized API for that?
Yeah, I think they're going to do that. That's my expectation from it. All right, so I mean, following the same trend of what Apple did. I'm going to emphasize on Apple.
don't
But
go on my computer. Jesus, please.
Oh, the cat is joining. Does the cat have some strong feelings towards Google I/O?
Android M.
This is the funniest thing. Did you guys see that cat game that came out recently?
Which one?
There's a cat that hits stuff off the shelves.
Oh,
Oh,
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my
what
head, but
is
it's
the name
Like
of
she
the
was,
that
funniest thing
like
game?
ever.
a girl was scolding him and telling no, and he was like looking at her and just hit it up anyway. That video.
Oh yeah, I remember that video. No, not the video, the game.
Oh,
There's a
oh,
game that you play
oh
as a
yeah,
cat that
yeah,
hits
yeah,
the stuff off the shelves.
yeah.
It just came
That's
out
right.
too.
It's like a black and
There's a
white
lot of
kind
pressure
of
on it.
pixel game.
Let me. I'll check
But
for it. But
wait,
But
like Android M though, what I can't grasp, and this is just general Android overall. Last year they released Lollipop, or announced that Lollipop. I released it, right? And to this date, not many people actually have it,
Nope. The main
right?
person who have to go back, try to revert.
Well, for what
I was
reason
going
though?
to revert.
I'm not
Lollipop's
sure, you know.
Lollipop's like the best thing I've ever seen from Android.
It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely good.
Yeah, the thing
it
is,
does.
I bought a Dell tablet. It had like a 2560 by 1600 display. It's a Dell Venue 8 7000, and boy did it look good. And with Lollipop on it, everything was sharp. All the animations were smooth. The performance was great. I mean, Lollipop's the best version of Android to date.
Mm.
I wonder if
But
my tablet could run it.
but the problem I have with it is that they announce these things and it gets stopped at the carrier or the manufacturer or somebody.
Yeah.
It
So
takes time to integrate.
yeah,
They
but how
can't
much
just dump
time?
the code on production devices. You have to do bug checks. You have to do their own skins and integration for their own services. It just takes time to
Yeah,
develop.
and I think that
Usually
Which
a couple of
that
months.
causes the whole couple. No, it's more than a couple. No, more than a couple.
Yeah, it
Right?
depends on the manufacturer. Like Motorola gets the latest updates the quickest.
Mm. And next
Yeah, they do
just
it
well,
very quickly.
the next line
Nexus
for the
2.
man.
Yeah.
There. But
you
that's the
know,
overall problem I have with Android. Like, if I'm gonna buy an Android phone now and say I'm gonna keep it for the next 2 years, I don't want to end up being stuck with the same version I actually started off with. I want to be able to
The,
keep it
whole-
updated consistently.
the underlying issue with this compared to iOS is that Android has different, drivers to deal with, different hardware, different specs, and that sea of specs causes a lot of takes a lot of time to
Yeah,
develop
but
for like
whose
stable
fault is
code.
that? That's not the end user's fault.
No, that's just intrinsic to Android itself.
Yeah,
So
and
Android's
it
like
contributes to the fragmentation.
yeah, it
And
does, but that's because it's literally fragmented. There's so many different pieces of hardware out there that run different versions of Android for different
yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
It could be like drivers don't get updated to the latest version, so they have to stick with the older OS and so forth.
All right.
So
See,
it's a
but you
tough
see,
problem to solve. That's why.
for me as an end user, I would definitely pick having a closed system over an open system if that is the byproduct of it. Am I wrong?
I see your point. But you know what? This is only an issue for like lockdown devices like Android tablets. Look at the PC space. You can get a laptop with Windows 7. You can upgrade that to Windows 10.
Mm.
So maybe that's what Google needs to do. Force these guys to open their bootloaders
Yeah.
and you open up some of the drivers so people can do this themselves,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
the guys at XDA do.
But we'd come back to the same issue, which is the carriers, and it's more. I think it's mainly just it's the carriers that are stopping everything. But they don't want you to be able to upgrade your phone. Why? Because you can
So they give it
upgrade
to
your
buy
phone
it
every
for money.
year. Why are you going to buy a new phone?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
I think
it's a tricky situation.
I
Well,
think if Google really wants to do something about it, I think Google should collaborate with a phone manufacturer even more closely, and they should just come up with a new Nexus device at the proper price point, fix the camera,
I mean,
make the camera on par with with the best out there,
mhm.
and
that's
do
not
something
gonna
with
solve the
battery
problem
life.
though. That's just going to be one solution. That's not going to solve the main problem. They've already started working on the main issue by splitting out what the OS was into different services, like the Google Play services and so forth. They already split those out from the OS so they can update it. Even if you have an older OS, you still get the latest APIs and stuff, so you can get the latest applications to work. So they're working on the underlying issue, but still a tough issue to tackle. I don't know if they can even fix it, to be honest. The one phone is not going to change the whole world. One Nexus phone just won't have enough of an effect.
All right, I've posted this before where I was saying maybe what they really need to do is actually create some form of standards. And I know I'll get pushback from people saying, well, it can go against the openness and blah 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 blah. But you know, this so-called openness that people are experiencing, I think you can get innovation from it without the issues that you have. Because I really think if they said, all right, here are 3 good camera lenses, right, and processors or whatever it is, right, that they can actually use to make up the phone and make a very good phone. And say, all right, this is what we're going to support as Android or Google supported stuff. And we'll make sure that whatever manufacturer decide to use these hardware, you're going to have the best possible drivers for it. And kind of guarantee.
I'm sure they have programs like that.
I'm sure.
Underneath. And one thing to note that kind of sounds like a Windows phone. They all run the same processor underneath, and they run the same OS and it gets updated at the same time. But look where that's gotten them for innovation. All the phones look alike.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right.
It differentiates what made Android what it is right now. I mean, it's for some people, it's not for some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tough discussion.
All right. So, on the Google I/O though, what do you guys think about the whole smart home push that they're doing?
So what?
Smart
What
home,
Smart home. Well, you know,
Yeah,
Google bought Nest, right? And
Yeah.
they're working on the whole Internet of Things with this thing called Brillo.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they're trying to make they're trying to integrate your home into a smart home and have full control. You know.
I mean,
This is something I've been interested in for a while now, but well, I think my interest started from the smart locks. But what really deterred me from even exploring it is that before you had to get you had to sign up for a service, or you have to have a server thing in the house with that runs the thing, and that was kind of a deterrent. And of course the price is a deterrent, but Google is pushing it now. It's going to be more open. Other companies can join in, so the price is going to be pushed down, and you can probably mix and match stuff, and maybe come up with your own stuff. Your own combinations of stuff that work for you. But one of the things I think, well, it may not bother people in first world countries, but for us out here and JPS, the smart home thing, we would face our own unique challenges. When light is gone, what happened to the locks?
Yeah.
How do you get into the house? JPS look out the circuit board in your in your stuff, and then all of a sudden you can't go in your house, you can't come out. What then? I think
if we do that, we should have our own. We should be autograded. We should have our own.
Yes, that's what I was coming to.
Wind power.
Right.
And
right.
Like that.
That's exactly what I was coming to. I think now a lot of people are now doing their solar stuff, solar setups, and I think it ties in perfectly with
it's a
that.
big trend in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, I mean,
they have the wind things. JPS sells the wind one for 500,000.
Wow, that's
What?
a lot of money.
What?
A little bit
500,000. Right.
But that's from
That's a
JPS.
lot
I
of
mean, if
money.
you do it yourself, where you buy your own panels one by one, you buy the panels and the battery, you take your time to do that thing. It actually work out to be a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just know
The
who you're
same thing is,
buying them from.
I think we also need stronger government initiatives to actually tackle the whole energy
Act-
situation, and we don't have
Actually,
that.
actually, First Global Bank offers a loan for that specifically. They offer up for consumers up to $2 million in going green, and that can pretty much do a house.
Mm.
And then I think they give me like between 8 to 10 years to repay it. So, I mean, like
It works out because your bill will
it
be the
does
same
work
each
out.
month. Your bill will be the same. You
Yeah,
don't have to worry about cutting down or consuming because you know that your bill is the same because you're paying back a loan. You want to pay back on time, you pay back the same amount each month. So it
yeah,
works out.
But
Yeah.
there's
it does
And then
additional
work
your
out.
liability.
children will inherit the solar stuff, so they don't have to worry about it at
That's
all.
assuming it's still there after hurricanes and stuff like that, natural disasters and
Ah, no, man, when hurricane come in, you take down the panel, and when the hurricane, you put the panels
Yes,
back up.
yeah, you know.
fair enough.
The only,
Right.
only thing that we can't probably protect ourselves from is earthquake because that's unpredictable. But hurricanes are predictable. For like you get a whole
Yeah.
month prepared. So,
Mm. But
I'm,
just keep back on track on the whole Google I/O. I mean, I know we started off with the whole smart home and so on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I got a
Um,
question though
yeah.
about the smart home things. How much do we really trust Google in our house?
Well,
I trust Google.
yeah.
We
I think
trust
people
Google knowing what they do.
yeah. I think people have a better inherent trust with Google than with any other um, provider.
The
Well,
company
I've
whose motto is
already.
"Don't be evil."
surprisingly not, because I read a comment today. I was discussing the whole Google and how Google makes money and all that stuff, and the sentiment I got was that there's a trust factor. Even though people start trying to circumvent, they still use a service that Google can still track them with, whether it be YouTube or Gmail or whatever it is, right?
I've
But
already accepted it.
yeah,
I've already
Exactly. I've
accepted that
accepted
Google is Skynet, and
that's
at
it.
some point they're going to come for me and say, no, it is time.
Integration.
Yeah.
All right, like one of the products I saw, and I get to detract a little bit. Just to bring up something from even with Apple's WWDC. Now, they're both going after the same smart home market, right?
Apple?
Yeah, yeah, because Apple has HomeKit, but I think
Okay.
Apple has a smarter approach in terms of how they're doing it. Apple is not focusing on the product itself. Like August has the whole smart locks. You have Nest and you have the drop cam stuff, right? Whereas Google is focusing on both having a product and somewhat of a middle guy between everything else. But Apple is focusing with HomeKit to be that centerpiece that integrates all of these components together, right? And I think what's going to happen, and this is my prediction, is that the Apple TV is going to be that centerpiece along with the iOS device, right? So your lights, your smart home, your temperature, all that stuff, you're going to fall back to this one device that actually, plug and plays everything else together. Because one of the problems with the devices now is that a lot of them don't talk together or talk with the same API. So they're dependent on some other middle component to say, all right, if the temperature in the house gets to this, turn on this light and turn on the AC. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I think Apple is really positioning themselves to be that middle component.
And where you get that from?
Just from what they have said so far last year in WWDC,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
right, and what some of the pundits have actually summarized as well, and it kind of seems a little bit obvious, right, because they're not focusing any at all on the products themselves. They focus on the integration of those products together. Because
So
even the
what's the
demo.
prediction?
Hmm?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, so I remember there was a demo where. I for the life of me, I can't remember his name. But you know, they were able to get a notification from the guy's daughter who was at the door. She said she was locked out. She sent a text message, and he brought the camera up to see what's happening at the home, and opened the garage door. Saw that she came in with her friend, closed the garage door. Right, stuff like that. And then you know you have other products like We Things that has a little camera, you know, that's mounted, and you can detect when someone enters a room and give you a notification, and you can talk to them through the device and actually see what's happening in the room. You know, and if you have that, and then you have something like a doorbell with a camera integrated, and say, all right, the FedEx guy is at the door. You talk to him. So all right, leave it in the front. You open the door. You open the door. Go in. Put it down. Go back out, and you lock the door. Boom. I can see all that happening. Apple wants to be that centerpiece that brings all those things together.
But knowing Apple, it won't be that smooth because it probably be very, very, very limited, like how Apple is now.
Yeah. Well, all right. And Apple take baby steps, and I think they're smart for doing that. If you look at even like how they launched the Apple Watch now, the Apple Watch launch and in terms of functionality, it's almost just like what they launched the iPhone with. Very basic, right? And then later on, they added additional features, whether it's through
Yeah, but
software.
by the time Apple add those features, Google going to be, the house probably be smart enough. And why would I go with Apple if I already have everything from Google?
Well, name me one thing where you think that you have everything from Google that you still don't actually have another third party or use something else. I mean, right now you have your smart device, but it's not a Google product,
It isn't, no.
right? You have
It's
a
a
dashboard
Motorola.
cam, but it's not a Google product.
No.
Yeah, but the
But
thing
we're
is,
talking about the smart house in particular. We're talking about
yeah,
Apple and
but I think a lot of times, all right, even if you look in terms of the past, I mean, Apple does have their own missteps, right? But I think with the home kit, what they're looking at is a long game, and not just to run in and try and dominate all at once, but dominate either progressively with added features or added functions or added services. But I still think that they have that level of momentum to, or influence to really get a big chunk of the market. And if you see how Apple has operated, even with Apple Pay, they tend to have a relationship with the providers, hardware providers or service providers outside that makes their product work much better than Google really saying, all right, here's a bottle of water, but you have nobody to drink. So you guys have to figure out a way how to get the water out of the bottle. And that's how Google has been operating for quite some time.
I'm sorry, but I haven't been impressed with Apple in a very long time, so I don't think I'll be impressed with them. I mean, for right now, I still have a line on my screen, an unneeded line, and I have to install an app to get rid of that line. Like, why is that line there on the iOS 7? The little toolbar thing. It's like simple things like
What
that.
line?
They just put something there.
Toolbar tab?
Where
What line?
where the dock is, it's darker.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, okay.
darker than the regular screen. So my wallpaper looks messed up because it doesn't fit the entire screen because that dock line is darker.
Like, what do you mean? Like the top
Why?
menu?
For
No,
example,
bottom,
the
the bottom
taskbar
left.
for your Windows,
Yeah.
the dock on the iOS 7. It's, for example, imagine it's a taskbar. The color is darker than the regular screen. So
Mm-hmm.
your wallpaper does not flow.
The
So I have that
apps at the bottom.
very, yeah.
The
But
little
very
dock
simple.
thing you
It's
put the
very
four
simple.
apps.
It's
Too
very simple,
simple.
but it's annoying.
Oh, okay.
But it's a small nitpick.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying some simple things like that still irks me. I still don't understand. The thing about Google, what I love about Google is that you think like a regular user. Okay, I'm a user, I don't want it there. You give me the option to remove it, give me the option to edit. Apple does not. Apple does not think as us as regular users. They just give us something that they think that
We
this is how
need.
it should be, and we should not change it at all. And I don't agree with that at all. I think we should have more leeway
Yeah, I
with
want
our
more
device.
customization within. I mean, it's not really a matter of. Well, you do have a choice. You have a choice to use it or not. All right.
Mm.
But you
Well,
want to
that's
be able
hardly a
to.
choice.
Yeah. I mean, how many person really want to do that? You know.
That's not the point, you know. The point is that give me the choice, give me the opportunity to do what I
All right.
want.
That's almost like saying, hey, what? Hey, I don't want the power button here. I want it here on the side instead. And you want the option to do
But
that.
some people,
No, but that's
Where
hardware.
some
Talk about
people.
software.
Yeah. No. I just use it as an
Software can be
example.
paid.
I get that. But here's the thing
but
about it.
but the
How
thing
I see it.
is, this
Go on. Go on, Aaron.
this kind of denotes the differences in approach between Apple and Google. Maybe this is how Google will have an advantage. They'll just work together. Different pieces will work together without having like specific branding and specific pieces of hardware like the Apple would. Like you wouldn't necessarily have to get a specific Apple branded X, Y, or Z uh, for like the Google HomeKit stuff.
Mm.
I'm mashing my terms here, but if you guys understand what I'm trying to get at, like
Try again.
maybe
Go again.
Google
Go on.
maybe Google will work a little bit better with a bigger industry, a bigger economy.
Apple reminds me of Windows. Apple and Windows have this very
Apple and
strange
Windows,
mental. They they
Windows and
remind me of
Android
Windows in
are
terms.
similar.
No, what I mean is the persons behind the scenes who give us the users the apps and OS or whatever. If you look at Windows 8, the things that they put in Windows 8 is ridiculous. Like, why is this there? Say if I'm asking with
All right.
Apple, why did you do this? I always
I
have to
just
ask
think
it
it's
with
that
Google.
just
I don't have to ask that question.
no.
Huh?
Hear what? It's just two different approaches. That's all it is, right? Whereas with any iOS user, I think I could guide them through finding something on the phone because the interface is similar or the same, right? But you can't really have that same thing with an Android user across a entire different device. I might be wrong, right? But the customization, the moving of icons or moving or something that really should. I mean, it really nonsensical even to move it or change the color or whatever it is. I mean, and what you guys actually call customization, I know you guys can actually, or somebody's gonna come at me about it. I mean, at the end of the day, I really just want to use my phone. I don't want to sit down and start changing fonts.
Yeah, but some
There's
people
I
different
agree
approaches.
with you. I agree that it's simple, but I'm saying Android can be simple. You can pick up your phone and use it if you don't wish to change anything.
Mm.
But the thing is, you
And
have the choice.
yeah, and and I think everybody still has a choice to make a decision between one or the other, and they make a decision
Huh?
based on what it is that they are comfortable with. But it comes back to the whole company culture, where look at Android. Android released the Google Pay or Google payment system with the phone with NFC long before Apple did, right? And it didn't
Mm.
get any momentum, right? No one really paid attention to
Mm.
it. And then Apple came out and said, all right, listen, we're going to put this Apple Pay thing together and we're going to have persons who will support it. Here are all these retailers will support Apple Pay. So you can go out there right now and use it. And people said, wow, that makes sense, right? And then what happened? You find out other retailers now to retaliate by locking off the NFC to say, whoa, listen, if we support this Apple Pay thing, we won't get customer information. Apple won't allow us to do that, and we have our own thing that we want to put out. And then what happens is that Google had to now ramp up and actually start to do better support for the Google Pay. But that's the approach Apple has always taken. If they put something out there, they want to make sure that it works properly, or it gets adapted into your day-to-day properly. True.
I agree.
Deny that.
Yeah.
But
I
another thing
agree.
that I really look
One,
forward to. Go on,
sorry.
Christine. Let me hear you.
Oh, I was saying that I agree with you in terms of the app work and whatever. But some things, what they do, it just all I keep asking is why, and I can't really get an answer. I just keep hearing because it's not needed, and how many persons will use that, and
You're
all
just
kind
not the
of.
target you're just not the target for this product.
Yeah,
It's
that's true.
not what
Because
I'm. No, 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 no. It's not even Apple alone. Like even with Windows, like I just feel that some persons, they don't think all the way through with some things. Some things are not thought all the way through. And I will always talk about this because it just don't make any sense. If you're gonna give somebody, for example, opportunity to use a wireless Bluetooth keyboard, why don't you give them the opportunity to use a Bluetooth mouse? Who uses a keyboard without a mouse? It
I
I
doesn't
see
know
make
where
any
you're going with
sense.
that.
specifics right now.
I know
So
where
way
you're going
too
with that.
specific right now.
I
It
think you're talking
just
about
don't
the
make
whole
any sense.
iPad support with a keyboard and there's no cursor
Yes,
on the screen.
yes, it has Bluetooth. No, no, no. If you jailbreak it, there's a cursor there. So the
Yeah,
cursor
because
is
it's
in the
jailbroken.
system, is already there. But I'm saying if it was remember a jailbreak is only giving you access to what's already there. So the cursor is already there in the system. So why did Apple make it
Are you
and then
sure?
just give them? So what
Are
did
you
they do?
sure?
They put it there.
No. When you jailbreak it, aren't you loading
Okay,
a
fine.
new
I
ROM?
don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Huh?
But here's the
ROM?
thing.
No, no,
Hold
no
on.
ROM.
What are you doing?
You're giving access, like root access. You're giving access to things you never had access to before. But the thing is, the
So you
point
don't.
is there.
Mhm.
The cursor is there on the screen if you jailbreak it and get a wireless mouse. But Apple doesn't give you the opportunity to have that out of the box. Why?
All right.
Can anybody give me
If you
a
notice,
answer
right?
that makes sense?
Even if we debate that, right? If you look at an iPad, right, you'll find that people will definitely put a keyboard onto the iPad because they want to type. Yeah.
Exactly.
But do you want to now log around with a mouse, an external mouse on top of that? I mean,
No, no, no.
where are
The
you going to store it?
keyboard, the keyboard should come with a
Or the
mouse
trackpad?
pad. Exactly.
I want to your fingers.
I have a
Well,
laptop right now. Who uses a keyboard
Can't
without a
stretch or
mouse
reach your
pad?
screen.
It
Use your
don't make no
fingers.
sense to me.
I mean, is
It
it a
don't make
touch
any
device?
sense.
Yeah, touch device.
Yes, just like any transformer. Asus make transformers. They can detach. Microsoft make any surface you can detach. You can detach from the keyboard and the touchpad anytime you want, and you have your tablet. You
Windows
want
is more
to?
of a hybrid thing than an iPad.
I
Yeah.
understand, but I'm just saying that because it makes sense to have a keyboard and a touchpad. If everybody else except Apple, Apple's a special child, more like
Well,
retarded child.
here's the thing. I don't think they have a different mindset in terms of doing that, and I don't totally disagree. Right? Um, I have an iPad, but I don't use a keyboard with it either. I use it on the screen because I use the way how I use my device might be totally different from how you use the device. So you might have a justification as to why you would want that feature and why it's not there. You know. But just to move on though, have you guys seen any or heard anything about the whole Android TV and the Chromecast and so on? Because for me, that's something I'm looking forward to. Um, I'm a big cord cutter, so I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for a while. Um, but I know both on the Google front and the Apple front, they're really pushing the whole TV and local content and as well as cable content to their device. What do you guys think about that?
I am very wary because this is the third year now, at least, that Android has been trying to get it right, or Google has been trying to get the Android TV right. I bought,
It's third attempt, right?
yeah, I bought a Sony Google TV. I have it now. It's my monitor, and as far as I see, there was one update. It's still on Honeycomb, and that's been pretty much it. There's
Oh
nothing.
god.
There's no development. I mean, yeah, it works great. I can watch Netflix on it, sure. Can watch YouTube on it, sure. There are a couple of apps that I can still run on it. But as far as using it as, oh, I'm totally going to disregard cable now, but you can't run popcorn time on it. 'Cause popcorn time doesn't support this low level, this version of Android.
Mm.
So it's hard. It's I know that it's a stagnant product now, and I'm
Um,
worried about what will come out next. 'Cause, I mean, a TV is not like a phone.
there's no way to root it or
You
something.
know, hmm?
There's no way to root it and get a later version on it.
There was there was, you could have routed it before you updated it, but I think the community pretty much dropped it, and the routing process was very complicated. You had to you had to keep there are like 6 parts to it, and you had to put in different flash drives with the different parts. It was very
Too
complicated.
complex. Okay.
How about
It
you,
was very
Christine?
complicated.
You have it card cutted or looking at using any Google or Apple TV products to help your cord cutting movement?
I mean, Windows just fine. I just usually plug my laptop in or my PC into my TV, and I can watch my Hulu, my Netflix, my YouTube, all that.
Yeah. All right. Look, like one of the things I
Like a
really looking
set-top
forward to.
box type device.
Yeah.
I have this little Windows system. It's called the Fitlet. Just a little box that has Windows running on it. It cost me like $150. So that's what I do to run some of my videos sometimes.
Okay. Christine, you?
Otherwise,
Well,
tablet and stuff like that.
I would buy the Nexus player. I think that's the process that Google has getting it right. The Nexus player.
There was a product that you had posted once. I think a couple weeks ago that had a little cable or like a cord cutting device. What was it called again? You remember it?
I remember.
But all right, like I still think there's a lot of competition out there. I think a lot of them are actually based on Android, but coming out of Google, I think a lot of things that they need to get right with even Android TV is really content. All right,
Yes.
they need to actually partner with actual content providers. I'm not talking about Hulu and Netflix at this point. I'm thinking about like local broadcasts like ABC and CNN and so on.
Oh,
You know?
that's a lot of red tape right there.
Yeah, but here's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
You
That's
remember
going to take a very long time to come.
But what?
You remember what happened to Ariel?
Yeah, yeah, and maybe Ariel's approach to it wasn't the best. It
Possibly.
yeah, you
Well,
know,
it was ruled illegal, so it definitely wasn't the best.
yeah. But here's the thing, Apple is actually working on partnerships with local broadcasts to actually release for Apple TV.
Mm.
All right, and they're looking to allow a person to subscribe to 25 channels for I think between $30 and $40 a month. Right, so
25
That's been
channels.
announced?
huh?
It's
That's been
okay.
announced or rumored?
Right now it's rumored until they actually announce it.
Okay.
But everybody's speculating that they're going to offer it, and even HBO Now that is currently only on iOS and Apple TV. They are actually looking to reduce their monthly rates to be a bit more competitive with Netflix, because that $20 a month thing, it felt too much like paying for cable, and I don't think that they got the traction on this one.
Yeah.
So they're actually looking
You'd be
to actually
paying
bring that price
$2
down.
for HBO, then
Nobody.
$8 for Netflix, and $8 for Hulu. It pretty much adds up to cable right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if the
Nobody
internet
gets it
gone,
right.
that's it.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
gets it right. And the way to get it right is illegal. So they're
well,
not going to do it.
well, have you
The
tried Sling TV
closest,
yet?
Which one?
Have you tried
that's what I
which
was
one?
gonna come to. Sling TV is the closest I've ever seen. But
It's
Sling
almost
TV
there.
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
There's
To
one
get
called
all the
US
channels you want.
TV now.
All
I
right.
don't know if you guys heard of US TV now.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that
Yeah, but that
that's
is
cool as
not.
well.
But is that legal though?
I doubt it very much.
Yeah, US TV.
That's
It's
the,
all okay. The thing is, US TV though is for Americans who are outside of America.
Mm.
That's the issue with it.
And how
So
you
if
prove
you're
that?
outside of America, huh?
How you prove that?
I don't know. I forgot on the forum to find it out. But the first 9 I think are free,
Mhm.
and I've watched one time my cable was down, and I went on it and I was able to watch my scandal.
Mm.
It was streaming alright.
All right. I'm gonna make a bet. All right. I'm gonna
Alright.
bet you at WWDC, based on whatever announcement Apple makes at that time, they're going to get it right. And within the 18 months after that, you're gonna see.
I would have to put money on it because I'm broke. I don't
Only
think
an
so.
Apple fanboy would be that confident.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll definitely take betting
You want to
and
bet? Sure. They're
Alright,
going
so
to
you
get it
think
right.
Apple going to get it right?
I
They're gonna
need
get it
some
right.
money right now.
I mean, that's a big undertaking. It's gonna take time to get something like that right. You think they will get it right from the first jump? From the jump?
I think they're gonna hit it right on the nail, right? So within 18 months time.
18. Okay, it's a
But
reasonable time.
but you're gonna see a big impact in the first 6. Between now and fall, you're gonna see people clamoring for Apple TV.
All right. Let's see
All
how
right.
that turns out.
Remember I
What's
said
Alright.
up, by the way?
all right. Looking at Sling TV though, the baseline package is $20.
Yeah, you get what 20 channels or something like that.
Yeah, you get channels. You get like ESPN, Adult Swim, HGTV. You get pretty good channels, and then every other add-on package is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gives you at least 5 channels for $5 more.
Mm.
So you see where it kind of adds up really quickly because they at least put 1 or 2 channels in one of these packages so that you're like,
Garbage
all right,
channels.
yeah.
Like fillers.
So yeah, and then HBO on it is $15 a month.
Oof.
See,
That's
So I
not
mean,
too bad.
but it
it
adds
does
up.
add up.
It adds up.
It does add up.
And I think a lot of persons who are actually card cutting are looking to save money. They're not looking to
Yeah.
spend the same
Exactly.
money on a different medium.
Right?
Right?
They just don't have a TV and they just can't, get cable.
Let's get internet.
They gotta
And the
use
next thing
internet.
to persons realize they spend so many times on a computer they don't really watch a TV. So it's not really it's not really about cost, it's just about the fact that I really don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
The biggest issue, and I brought it up the last time, is that people just don't want to watch TV shows or on. They want to watch the shows
When they
whenever
want.
Yes.
when they
Yeah,
want,
When they
yeah.
can. When you have work and those stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got work, you got
I-
school, you got family, you just can't watch TV when you want to watch TV.
That's true because
Even
even like
Netflix has spoiled it for us.
Yes.
Netflix and streaming has spoiled it for us. Because I mean, we're just used to the instant gratification. You want to watch episode 13 of season 10 in this thing.
No.
Boom,
no,
it's
no.
there.
No, that's not how it works. You want to watch episode 13 and you want to watch all the episodes in one
everything.
day.
You want to sit down and watch.
Everything.
Exactly.
That's how
You
it
don't want
happens.
any. You don't want any ads. You don't want anything. You
No,
want to
yeah,
just pause
perfect.
it
You
and
can
stop.
skip,
No
you can skip the
commercials.
intros and stuff like that.
The only interruptions you want is when you take a bathroom break
Yeah.
And you can
Exactly.
pause
or you
it.
get some
You
food.
can pause the show.
Exactly, you can pause and stuff like that. Rewind. It's just the convenience of it, really.
But all right,
This is
so
what TV should be, pretty much.
there's a
Right?
shift in how we consume content, right? And if you guys remember when Apple actually bought Beats last year for like 3 billion, right?
Yeah.
Beats?
And right now they're actually looking to rebrand or do a reborn of Beats, integrating into within their streaming service, right? And they're
They're
looking
gonna
to try.
keep the Beats trademark, or they're gonna use their own
Well,
trademark?
that we don't know yet. We don't know if it's going to be the same thing or something else. But I know that they're trying to compete with, or they have to compete with, like Pandora, Spotify, RDO, right? I wouldn't even call Tidal in all of this because I think Tidal is kind of out of their depth right now, right? But the thing is, do you see Apple Beats making a big impact? Or I mean, I don't know how you guys listen to music. If it is that you use the MP3 still, or you use a service
Whereas,
out there.
pretty much
God,
Pandora. Pandora's all I listen to.
Say again?
pretty much YouTube.
YouTube.
And Google, pretty much.
Yeah,
Thing is
I
about
mean,
Pandora
yeah.
is Pandora, like, it uses so little data that I can stream it on my phone all day long without worrying about the bandwidth cost.
So what's the difference? What difference is Apple going to bring to the table? Why would anybody
I
want
think it's
Apple?
it's it's
Really
to
don't know.
the back end. The back end's gonna be a little bit better. The artists are getting paid more. I would imagine.
Oh,
I mean, the only thing that they really
it's going to
have
be
going
cheaper?
for them, I don't think, I think it'll be more along the
It's
competitive rate of what's
it's
there
gonna be
already.
more expensive, maybe.
I doubt it. I would say anywhere, I would say 9.99. That's my guess. And that's only to compete with Spotify and so on. The only
But
thing
would
going
Apple?
for Apple is iTunes as well and being able to purchase stuff and so on.
But don't they have streaming in iTunes right now?
Yeah,
Or is
I have
that
iTunes
never
Radio.
happened?
iTunes Radio.
Oh.
Because that's I use.
So
That's
wait, how
one.
is it? How is this the rebranding of Beats gonna revitalize or be a difference from iTunes Radio?
Well,
What's
you
gonna
know
be
that
different?
Beats has their own algorithm where you can say, I'm at work, I want lively music,
Oh,
and
so
so
it's
on.
more
And
back-end stuff.
yeah, curations. So it
Oh,
actually gives you like a
curation.
custom playlist based on what your definitions are. So
It
that's it.
was it worth $3 billion for the algorithm?
I think they paid for more than just the brand. I think they paid for the hires.
Oh, the
Um,
engineers too and stuff like that.
yeah, and the relationships as well that came with it. So
Oh, $3 billion
Levine,
can get you a lot of things.
yeah, I mean with Dre and the other guy, um, they had a relationship with the music industry as well. So you're buying relationships pretty much, and
Well,
they
it's
can
a good
afford.
thing Apple has all that cash.
Yep, yep. Oh yeah. So coming out of WWDC and Google I/O, we can see that Apple and Google are really battling on a lot of fronts, from streaming music, mobile OS, uh, smart home, TV, wearable devices. You know, who do you think will actually come out on top for this year in terms of what's expected?
Well, from the rumors I've been hearing is that a lot of contracts are going to be up soon, and a lot of people are going to be jumping on the iPhones. So I would imagine that Apple's just going to be there for the rest of the year.
Mm. Contract
I don't
like
see it. I don't
developers.
see
Well,
What's that?
What kind of contracts are you talking?
The 2-year contracts for like Verizon and AT&T.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, so those are going to be up soon for a lot of people that came from like the iPhone 4 and 5 era.
mm,
So now they're going to get to upgrade to 6 and 6 Plus, and probably, I don't know, maybe a 6S.
yeah. And I'm hearing that they're gonna have tactile feedback. That's rumored as
The
well.
Force Touch, they call it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
well, I think we should wait and see what happens during Google I/O, because if they do announce an upgraded Nexus 5 at the right price point, I think that's going to be a major thing. But
But even
people wanted the Nexus 6, but the price point just drove a lot of people away.
even the popular Nexus 4 and Nexus 5 didn't sell that well compared
And I'm hearing bad stuff about Nexus 6.
the iPhone. Yeah.
Well, no,
The
nothing
Nexus
is going to
program.
sell as well as the iPhone, because Apple has pretty much brainwashed the majority of people who go to stores to buy them. You go to a store, they don't want to hear about any. They don't hear about any specs. They don't, they want to know. Oh, my friends have an iPhone. I need an iPhone. This celebrity, I saw them with an iPhone, so I definitely need one.
Come on, Mickey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their target market for those people who just don't care. They just want to be seen
Simplicity.
with the iPhone. Yeah, they just
Golden
want
standard.
they want to go on Instagram. They want to go
You
on
think very little
Facebook.
love us.
Yeah, they
Christine,
just want
what do you
to
think?
do those things.
Christine,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Why? I don't know. I feel just see we come out of it, but because Apple will have them followers and very very faithful followers, they might come out on top because of person just wants Apple, they'll buy it, but we
Just-
I'm looking forward from stuff from Google. I'm not interested in Apple at all.
I mean, look at the Apple Watch. Look at the Apple Watch. It's been pretty much universally panned as being terrible. But
And
they
everybody
sold
Yeah.
out.
at the same time. That's the
Exactly. It's a failure, but it's still so.
Successful
It's sold out.
financially.
that,
So
that just baffles
that's what I'm
me.
saying. So
I don't-
exactly. So no matter what comes out of this, Apple might come out
All right.
on top, but
If that is the case, then everything from Google should be ashamed of themselves, because I don't understand,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah, because
That's
all
what I'm
right, look
ashamed
at it.
of.
Remember that so many manufacturers had come out with the Android Wear devices, right? And collectively, they hadn't broke 1 million unit sales, right? And in the first
Allegedly.
week, well, until they prove me wrong, I'm sticking to that story.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
in the first week, pre-sales alone, they were sold out. China sold out, US sold out, right? Even the 10,000 watch was sold out.
Hype.
All right.
Hype
So
carries it, man.
Google should be ashamed of themselves.
Plus, Google has never
Well,
been
I mean-
like a product at the door ready type of company. They've been a revision type of company that goes and picks and tweaks stuff. Look at Android 1.0 and then look at 2.0, then look at 3.0. You can see how much change has occurred.
Yeah.
But then look at
That's
iOS.
true.
Well,
Not much
iOS
change.
2 to iOS 8. I mean, a lot of stuff under the hood has changed, but
mhm.
like the
Visually.
presentation,
And how you,
nothing has changed
And
And
Here's
you
a
know what
reason
I
for
think?
because it works. If it ain't broke, don't
Yeah,
fix it.
they don't break it.
but
Not
here what?
broken, why
On
fix it?
behalf of Apple and all the Apple users, thank you guys for doing all the research for us. Right? All right.
You know,
Huh? Go on.
no,
go
I
on.
was gonna say, and I think Apple's relationships with a lot of the tech bloggers and the tech websites, I think a lot of them are afraid to lose the relationship they have with Apple, so they don't give any of their products a really bad review, even if the product is terrible. I heard another. I was
Yeah,
watching.
there's a rumor going around about that.
I was watching the one show with Linus from Linus Tech Tips, and he was saying when it comes to Apple stuff, you kind of have to read in between the lines because they can't really say what they really want to say. they have to say in between the lines
Because
because
there's
they're
a ban
afraid.
list.
Yeah, there is a ban list, and they don't want to get on the ban list because they want when the new iPhone comes out,
That's a lot of
whenever
press,
a new
a lot of
iPhone comes,
clicks.
yeah, you don't get to go to the show. Your website not saying anything. So that has to
I've
do a
mixed
lot.
feelings on that. I can't say about the ban list. I've heard about it and so on, and I believe that it's there, right?
Yeah.
But I've seen reports like from The Verge where after they said they don't
You
like
mean Apple
something,
country? You mean
yeah,
Apple
and I've said
country?
they don't like it.
No.
Yeah.
The Verge is Apple country.
You mean
Everybody knows the Verge
iVerge?
is Apple country.
iVerge.
Exactly.
Every single Android review from there, just take it with a grain of salt.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
just horrible
you
over
saw
there.
Vox Media actually bought Recode. They acquired them.
Yes, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they're gobbling up a lot of the smaller publications
Yo,
out there.
they are very smart though. I mean, coming from the offshoot of Engadget, and to start
Yeah.
a media company like that, and to grow to that mass in such a short time, I have to commend them. You know,
Well,
but it's what?
this is relatively new news. Um, there are speculations that the CEO of Oculus Rift has been saying that it's gonna cost about $1,500 when it launches.
The CV1?
The CEO of Oculus Rift, has said it's gonna cost about $1,500 when it launches.
The CV1
That's
headset
not
you're
going.
talking about?
Yeah, the Oculus Rift.
It can't be right because the developer headsets don't cost that much.
Ah,
If it does,
no,
it's going to feel like
no,
Google
no, no, no,
Glass.
no, no. No. But before you freak out, the $1,500 will include the Rift itself and a gaming PC to go along with it.
Oh, okay.
So I saw it and I was like, wait, what? $1,500?
That's
So it should be No, but think about it. It's brilliant because what will happen if they just launch a Rift by itself and people run out and get somebody who have like this terrible ancient laptop and they get it like, oh, this is terrible. Why would anybody buy this product? And they just give it a bad review. Or somebody looks at it like, hey, you can buy it, but you can buy the accompanying thing to go with it, the computer that they're required to run it properly and to display.
But
That
there's
has been
minimum specs on these
what
things.
I've heard. No, I've heard that the power required to run the Oculus Rift has been significant. I mean, you really have to have a beefy machine to run it. Yeah.
Oh,
because
the compute power.
Yeah, the computer itself. So they're trying to bundle everything together to put it out there. But guys, we're actually gone over our hour.
Frame rate.
Yeah, we're actually gone over our hour already. So what I can do, I just close off here. Save some of this discussion for next week. And call it a wrap. Christine, thanks for joining us. I hope you actually jump in again another time.
Yes, man. Soon, anytime I'm not working, I'll be here.
All right, great. Earl, thanks again for joining us. Mikhail, thanks for the review on The Witcher 3.
Yes, I'm going back to play it right now.
All right. Right on the phone. All right, thanks again, guys, and everybody. Remember to subscribe, leave your feedback, and keep chatting. Bye.
Peace.
All right. Take care.